Hi, good day. So today we're going to talk about reproduction and development. So first, introducing myself, my name is Just Christian Abo from STEM 12E6. So today, let's start with telling you about the reproductive system. So the reproductive system is a system of sex organs within an organism which work together for the purpose of sexual reproduction. Many non-living substances such as fluids, hormones, and pheromones are also important accessories to the reproductive system. So there are two reproductive systems, which are the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. So let's start off with the male reproduction system. So the organs of the male reproductive system are specialized for three primary functions: produce, maintain, and transport, and also to nourish sperm and productive fluid to discharge sperm within the female reproductive tract. So as you can see in the picture, those are the parts of the male reproductive system. You can see the bladder, seminal vesicles, rectum, anus, prostate, epididymis, scrotum, testicle, urethra, vas deferens, and the pubic bone. Let's move on to the female reproductive system. So in the female reproductive system, it is designed to carry out several functions. It produces the female egg cells necessary for reproduction, called the ova or oocytes. The system is designed to transport the ova to the site of fertilization. So as you can see again in the illustration, you can see the different parts of the female reproductive system, which is the vagina, cervix, endometrium, ovary, fimbriae, fallopian tubes, and the uterus. So there are two types of reproduction in the reproductive system, which are the asexual and sexual reproduction. In the asexual reproduction, it is the process of forming a new individual from a single parent, while in the sexual reproduction, it is the process of forming a new individual from two parents. And also in asexual reproduction, it is a type of reproduction which does not involve the fusion of gametes, wherein in sexual reproduction, it is a type of reproduction that involves a complex life cycle in which a gamete with a single set of chromosomes combine with another to produce an organism composed of cells with two sets of chromosomes. So there are also two types of fertilization in the reproductive system, which are the external and internal fertilization. So external fertilization is a mode of reproduction in which a male organism's sperm fertilizes a female organism's egg outside of the female's body, while internal fertilization is the union of an egg cell with a sperm during sexual reproduction inside the female body. And for this to happen, there needs to be a method for the male to introduce the sperm into the female's reproductive tract. So there are also two types of development, which is the indirect development and direct development. In the indirect development, it is a type of development in which an embryo develops into a mature individual without involving a larval stage. It is also a type of development that involves a sexually immature larval stage, having different food requirements than adults. And also, metamorphosis is absent. So in direct development, it is a widespread alternative reproductive mode in living amphibians that is characterized by evolutionary laws of the free living, aquatic larval stage, and courtship, mating, and oviposition occur on land, and the terrestrial egg hatches as a fully formed miniature adult. So, what are the events associated with human sperm and egg production? Production of sperm undergoes same hormone influence, however, LH and FHH stimulate the testes to release testosterone inside the seminiferous tubules, and the testosterone triggers the spermatogenesis. How does hormones influence sperm and egg production? FSH and LH affect reproductive structures to cause the formation of sperm and the preparation of eggs for release and possible fertilization. In the male, FSH and LH stimulate Sertoli cells and interstitial cells of Leydig in the testes to facilitate sperm production. So, events in human fertilization until birth. So, human fertilization is a process in which haploid gametes fuse to form a diploid cell called a zygote. To ensure that each zygote has the correct number of chromosomes, only one sperm can fuse with one egg. So there are stages of human development. So first stage is the zygotic stage, wherein the zygote is formed when the male gamete and female gamete fuse. And then the second stage is the blastocyst stage, wherein the single-celled zygote begins to divide into a solid ball of cells. Then it becomes a hollow ball of cell called the blastocyst, attaching to the lining of the mother's uterus. So the third stage is the embryonic stage, wherein the major internal organs and external features begin to emerge, forming an embryo. In this stage, the heart, brain, and spinal cord becomes visible. Arms and legs also start to develop. And on this last stage is the fetal stage. Once the form features of the embryo begin to grow and develop, the organism is considered a fetus. Differentiation and specialization of structure happens during this time. Okay, so during development, the number of cells must increase through division so that body axis, tissues, organs, and structures must form. Individual cells become specialized in their structure and function through the process of cell differentiation. So human fertilization occurs in the fallopian tube and development is sort of predetermined. Okay, let's move on. So how does contraceptives prevent pregnancy? So there are so many contraception methods like condom, female condom, oral contraception, hormonal ring, UID, contraceptive injection, surgical sterilization, implant, coitus interruptus, calendar rhythm method, vaginal douche, contraceptive patch, and diaphragm or cap. So the hormones in contraceptives don't only prevent ovulation, some also prevent fertilized eggs from implanting into the womb. Others cause the mucus in the cervix, which is the opening of the womb, to become thick and sticky, making it harder for the cell to move and reach the egg cell. So what are the examples of sexually transmitted infections? So, for example, gonorrhea. It generally infects the same organs as chlamydia and has similar long-term effects. Its symptoms are including burning when urinating and in men, white, yellow, or green discharge from the penis. And you have also syphilis. It is caused by the bacterium Treponema pallidum. It can also lead to serious complication if left untreated. It is transmitted by direct contact with syphilis sores, which can appear on the external genitals and the mouth, as well in the vagina or rectum. Other infections are HIV or AIDS, and these are the most common. And it can only be transmitted by an exchange of bodily fluids, including semen, vaginal secretions, breast milk, and blood. It cannot be transmitted by casual contact. Okay, so there are other infections like crabs or pubic lice. So they are a form of lice that live on the hair in the genital area and occasionally on other coarse haired areas of the body, such as the armpits or the eyebrows. They are usually spread by sexual contact, although they also can occasionally be transmitted by infested linens and clothing. So, also there are scabies, which is a contagious skin disease that is not always sexually transmitted, and it's caused by the parasite Sacroptes cabae. Scabies causes an extremely itchy rash that gets worse at night. It is incredibly contagious, and the mite can live for days off the human body. There are also herpes, or HSV. It comes in two forms, HSV1 and HSV2. HSV1 is most often associated with cold sores, while HSV2 is most often associated with genital sores. And it is possible to transmit herpes from the mouth to the genitals and vice versa. Okay, so that's all, and hi, thank you so much again for listening to my discussion. I hope to see you soon and stay safe and God bless. Take care always. Okay, thank you so much.